I'm excited about any new development, any new improvement, but I'm particularly very excited about the AI and the machine learning improvements and advancements that are coming in healthcare industry, right? Again, I'm a big podcast guy, so I keep listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff. Though, I mean, on the consumer application side, we are already seeing a big application of ML and AI, and we are getting benefit of it and all that. And it's helping, making some things easy for us. But there haven't been, great advancements that a common person has seen from improving the healthcare yet. And I'm really, really excited. And I was, again, reading some journals and listening to a podcast. Particularly, there were two things, if I can share here with the panel and the rest of the audience, that really fascinated me. About 80% of patients today, even today, we are like almost getting into 2024. About 80% of the patients across the world are misdiagnosed at least 2 or 3 times in their lifetime, right? So with the technology that's already there, which we are already labeling as advanced technology and all, the scientific community, the doctors and the diagnostics, people, when we go to a doctor or hospital, there is a very good chance that in our lifetime, we are misdiagnosed or wrongly diagnosed for something at least 2 or 3 times. And that really scared me, right? I'm like, we are in 2024, almost, and it's still happening. And it happens because as much as the technology has advanced, it's still not there where it can really accurately predict. And I think some of the advancements that quantum computing can bring to, how many billions, if not trillions of combinations and permutations the quantum computer, quantum computing can bring to ML algorithms, will one day bring that to 99.9% accurate diagnosis. Just think about that for a second, how many lives and how many, it's not only just saving lives. One misdiagnosis and you put on wrong medication, and now that starts something else, and your whole life is gone. Again, as a person, not just as a technology enthusiast, but as a person, I'm really looking forward to it.
Krishna, obviously, this is a very, very, very fascinating example and a story. Obviously, nobody wants to be misdiagnosed. And that's probably the reason why I probably don't trust my doctors, I guess.
We should, because, they're doing the best with what they can. But if we can help them improve their diagnosis, I think that's what we should be focusing on.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to bring in here is, and if you don't trust human, I don't know how I'm going to trust AI, and I don't know whether you guys are going to be in the same camp or not. Whether you can trust AI, I think there's going to be a time. I don't know if this is going to happen in next 3 years, 5 years, 50 years. I don't know at this point of time, but how much trust do we have? And even if technology is going to be 99.99% accurate, we'll still have fears, from the adoption perspective. And you do a lot of adoption work, which is going to be perceived trust, which is very different. So when you are describing these examples, have you seen them in use as of today, or is it more of a forecast for the future that you are talking about?
I think a few of them are already in use. For example, like, my mom recently went through knee surgery, right? So we had to change the cap of her knee and all that. And I remember going to a doctor and talking about it about 3 years ago. Just within these 3 years, the technology advancements and now, like, the IoT devices that they have brought in have significantly changed the diagnosis. And what they have told, that the degradation of her knee was over 90% 3 years ago. Now they said it's only just about 50% degradation, right? But we still ended up going for the surgery because she, for her own mental peace, she wanted to get it done anyway. But I asked this question, like, usually if any of this, it gets worse, as the age gets worse. So how did this get better? And the doctor was basically laughing. It's just, nothing changed on your mom's side. It's just the technology that we use, has changed. Now we can actually, count the degradation with a little bit more accuracy. So And again, that when I heard about the misdiagnosis, I'm like, there you go. That's a perfect example. This is what's happening with us. And if somebody else gets diagnosed like 80% degradation and all, they would immediately go for surgery. But the reality is they might not need the surgery at the time, right? So that's one example.